This witness is not credible. We have heard from his father. He seems to be a bit deluded and has lost his mind. A couple guards come to take you off the stand. I need you to make your special check.
Oi, what the fuck is this?
Alphonzo, are you okay?
Why does everyone keep calling me that?
That's your name.
It ain't never been my name.
What is your name?
Malone.
Malone. Do you mind if we sit somewhere private and I ask you a few questions? When was your birthday?
October the 25th.
The year?
880.
Like 330 years ago.
Can I see this ring?
I just closed my hand.
The ring seems pretty important to you.
I want you to make your check for me.
I am not crazy!
Alphonzo! He's back!
We've met Malone.
Who? What are you talking about?
Your alter ego from 300 years ago.
Are you under control or aware of anything concerning Malone?
I was not. I've been told that I sometimes act differently. I've been told that I'm crazy. I simply just wake up and things are different times past.
I need Alphonzo to make his special check.
Oh my gosh.
Disadvantage. He basically enters this memory. You are in combat and you are Malone. Your best friend, Jed, is next to you. Several spells collide with the globe of invulnerability that the mages are holding up around you guys, and then you zoop back out of your memory, back into your conscious body. The whole time he was doing this, Alphonzo fell to the ground and was just like twitching on the ground, like having a seizure, basically. I would like you to make me your check once more. You reawaken back in the war. A new volley of spells hits the globe of invulnerability. It shatters. The last mage drops. A darkness spell is cast on your group. The next thing you see in this memory, Jed's mutilated body and your arms push out of this memory. When you come to, you realize that you have your gun out, and you have it pointed directly at Alifa's head. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Mischief Check, The Rise of Steam. Last time, our party was traveling away from Steamworks, kind of sailing along the Alluvian coast, heading towards Wizard Grokrebera's tower in hopes to get some help for Alphonzo, who was experiencing some very traumatic memories that were not his own, as he saw some different scenes from Malone's life leading up to a very traumatic moment in his life. We got to have a little bit of role play where we learned a little bit more about Lachlan and Marare's backstory. We got to learn a little bit more about Dr. Malik's backstory, a little bit more about Noggle's backstory. We had some nice deep moments between the characters where we learned a little bit more about them. And at the end of the session, when they arrived at Grokrebera's tower, Alphonzo saw a memory where Malone's best friend died in the war to some horrific monstrosity. And when he came back to, he had a gun pointed at Alifa's face, and that is where we left off, and we're going to jump right back in exactly there. Before we do that, real quick, I just want to tell you guys who all, because you guys have a big group with you right now. The members of that group that left the boat to actually go down to Grokrebera's tower was you five, obviously, Alifa, Kruk, Filda, Dom, and Bibbo.
Edvard's not coming?
So Edvard's staying behind, Badap, Big Joe, the Tiger, Tony, and is that everybody?
You said Dom's coming with us?
Yeah. Is the
Did you
turtle
say
with us
my
or
father?
no? The turtle is not with you.
Turtle's not with us.
What about my father?
You're bringing your father because you're hoping that
right.
she can help you with that. So I think that's everybody that's staying on the ship. I might be forgetting an NPC or two. Never happened before, but
Crazy.
Yeah, so that's
first.
the cast of who has gone down to this tower as this scene has just unfolded. You have your gun pointed at Alifa. Yeah, I guess I'm Alifa. What are you doing?
Alphonzo.
Wait, I gotta do the voice. Lachlan. How does Lachlan sound?
What's Khalifa?
What are you doing?
Alphonzo.
How could you fucking do it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What the fuck did you just do?
I need you to roll me a wisdom save.
9.
Okay. I need you to roll me a disadvantage attack roll to shoot Alifa in the face.
Oh
jump?
no!
I was waiting until after the roll. Can I try to strip the gun?
If you have a reaction that you want to take here, you are more than welcome.
I react.
I will only accept reactions, though.
Can I roll an insight whether or not I think Alifa actually did something?
I win.
Sure.
Because I feel like Lachlan trusts Fonzo so much that if he says, "What did you do?" It's,
What'd you get?
That was an 18.
Disadvantage.
Okay. So I've got the pistol in here.
Yep.
So I just take plus 5 because I don't.
I think it's +5.
Yeah. So that's a 13.
Let me make sure Alifa has more than 13 AC.
I reacted.
I have
rolled
a
14.
16 on insight.
You rolled a 16.
I rolled a 14.
Alifa's
grab it.
AC is 13.
I do have a reaction.
Okay, what do you want to do?
I can, because with Warcaster, I can have something called reactive spell, but it only works if there's an opportunity check from leaving my reach. So how close am I? And I can, it basically means someone, it's like...
You guys are like all grouped up right now.
So can this count as an opportunity attack?
I'm gonna allow it, yeah.
Cool.
For the sake of Alifa's face.
I'm going to cast Poison Needle on him, and I can mutate it so he has the shivers and drops wasted.
Okay. Yeah. Does he have to make a save for that?
I have to make it.
You have to make an attack roll
Yes.
for Poison Needle.
What's your AC?
Is Malone 14?
Oh, you're Malone right now?
With your armor on, it's only 14.
Well, I don't have the armor equipped to Malone.
We're good.
because
I
it's
rolled
like Alphonzo.
I rolled a 17 plus 7. So.
You got a 17?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so then you're going to drop the gun. You go to pull this trigger. The gun falls from your grasp onto the ground. Alifa is just, like, sobbing.
Am I falling to the ground, too?
No, you're not. He's just shivering, right? He's just, like, starting to
You
shake.
took 6 poison damage.
Yeah.
I threw, like, a needle at your wrist, sorry.
So you're still freaking out.
I'm going to be like, how fucking could you? You fucking killed all of them! What are you talking about? What have you done?
As this scene is happening, you guys are going to see a portal appear right next to your group, and a small dwarf is going to jump out of it and immediately cast a web on you. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Web.
Since Noah hasn't told me, I'm assuming that Alifa did something.
From
It's her fault.
from
I'm gonna shoot her.
from your understanding, Alfonso's not the one speaking right now with your insight. You got a 10, so yeah, you're gonna fail that dex save, and you're gonna be what's the proper
Bound?
terminology?
Restrained.
Restrained in this web.
Webbed up.
So you're like probably thrashing, trying to break out, and she's just gonna lift her fingers up to your face and snap, and you're gonna fall unconscious.
I'm going to pick up his gun. There you go.
Okay, and this dwarf is gonna look at the party, all of you guys, and I'm trying to remember the voice that I decided to do for this person.
Time.
I think it was gonna sound like the guy from The Boys. The Huey, the guy that talks to Huey all the time. What's his name, bro?
He's sleeping. He's sleeping. He can't tell you he's asleep.
I was going to keep that up as long as I could until you address me directly. The guy who talks to Huey?
Mm-hmm.
Who talks to Huey? You mean
The guy with the beard.
you mean who talks to a butcher?
The
Butcher, yeah, that guy.
Oh.
I remember his voice.
The
Rick
guy
Grimes?
that talks to Huey.
Rick Grimes. It's not.
No.
It's not his voice.
It's like, yeah, just gruff, manly voice, I guess.
It's kind of like me.
The cantrip's bacteria.
Exactly
I made a
like you.
mistake. It's not poison you. It works though. I just
Walter.
I said the wrong one.
Okay, that's fine.
That would work.
I just
Do the
wanted to make
Walter
sure.
I mean, we all know that you cheat every session. It's fine.
What the? Wow.
How many invisibility potions do you
yeah.
have in your inventory, Ethan? Also, why is your mic pointed that direction?
Because he moves it every time he opens up his laptop.
Laptop.
Stop that.
Then he closes it and he puts it back.
He does it every
I have
session.
17.
And then move it back.
So this dwarf is gonna address the party and like look at all of you guys in turn, and then lock eyes with Bibbo, and is gonna say, "Bibbo, what are you doing here? And then they're gonna reach back into this portal and pull out a crumpet and toss it over at Bibbo, and Bibbo's gonna catch it.
Crumpet.
A crumpet.
Snapped him out of sleep.
Take a bite, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, it's good to
My
see you
British
again,
sensibilities.
Ribera.
Is that crumpets?
Wakes you back
It's
up.
it's good to see you again, Ribera. I just got back from the Vrilla Isles, and they were as incredible as you told me. The idyllic small island community, so far separated from the world at large that they truly know nothing else. You won't believe this, and stay with me now. They worship a boat god there. There's this one island called Fair, and let me tell you, it's a place to settle down. Now stay with me now. The mayor is kind of a prick, but there's this lovely blacksmith there named Delgin, and it's a nice local ex-soldier there named Grut, and he has a daughter named Eliana, and she got kidnapped by these drows this one time, and oh, what a hoot, it's a wonderful place to be.
Lachlan's wandered off.
Malik just like,
I sit down.
He just keeps going on like this until somebody cuts him off.
I hit him.
you two know each other.
Yeah, I told you I knew Grokrebera. This is Grokrebera. And,
Yeah, he's the one who led us here.
Yeah, well, I didn't know this Grokrebera.
And he called her Ribera. And then Grokrebera's like, yes, hello, my name's Grokrebera.
You're Grokrebera.
Yeah.
We've come because, as you can see, our friend here is.
Oh, see that?
Yeah, he sees.
No, I kept going.
Yeah.
that was killing me.
Well, I'm about to do it again this session, don't
Oh
worry.
no.
Also, my dad's made of metal.
Oh, duh. Thank you.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh, well, we could definitely deal with that, but this is a little more time pressing at the moment.
You don't know that.
Are you?
I do know that, actually. I've been alive for a long time.
You don't know. He's made like he fell in metal.
That's not the first time I've seen that.
I didn't even say
Is
he
it
fell in
dwarf?
metal yet. How
I'm
do
a
you know?
dwarf.
Is it the
All
second
right?
time?
I came from a community where people fall in metal every 5 minutes, all right?
Yeah,
Now,
it's a tough work
I
environment.
haven't seen one of these in quite a long time. It's been
Sorry. The bit.
it's been around 3 centuries since the last time I dealt with a case like this. About since the end of the Githyanki War. Now, here, and she kind of like does a little like hand symbol, and then a portal just kind of like floats down over you guys. The next thing you know, you're in this like this tower study. There's just like all over the walls you see different like runic symbology. You see books sprawled everywhere. She's got this big ornate desk with a bunch of different gems and like bottles with different kinds of like different thicknesses and colors of liquids all over.
Tinctures.
And she's gonna run over to the desk and grab a rune-bound ring. She's gonna throw it onto one of your fingers as you're bound in this web.
Another one.
Yeah, she's gonna put this ring on your finger. And then she notices the other ring on your finger, and she just goes like, "Whew, a nasty bit of runology here." And then she goes, "Michael!" And you see a shadow dash across the room, and she goes, "Run to the basement and grab me that old Gith rune book." And then you hear something go and dash down the stairs. And then
I've seen these before.
I've seen these before.
I know
I know all about these.
about 2 seconds later, the shadow zoops back through the room, and there's a book that suddenly has appeared in her hand. She opens the book to a seemingly random page immediately, and just goes, "Just as I thought." She's looking through it. And
She's reading it upside down.
she lifts her hand up and shouts, "Emerald extractor!" And you see the shadow move again, and then instantly there's an emerald rod, an encrusted rod in her hand. And she mutters something as she slowly lowers this rod.
Face he made.
Where's that going?
As she slowly lowers this onto the new ring that she put onto your hand. She's lowering this rod.
Are they on the same finger? Or are they doubled up? Or is it different finger?
Yeah, they're on the same finger. And as she's lowering it closer and closer, the original ring on your hand starts glowing hotter and hotter, and it brings you back out of whatever this state you're in. And it's burning hotter and hotter until the second that she finally gets it to touch, it just goes off and you fall back unconscious.
Over.
He just keeps going. He's getting some whiplash.
She then reaches up to her earring that she has on her ear. It's got like an opal gem on it. She plucks it off, and then she touches the opal gem on the earring to the tip of this rod. And then a beam shoots out of the tip of the rod, and you guys see this this large glowing arch appear in the center of this room. And then as soon as she does that, she goes, whoa, and turns to look at the party and looks directly at Dom and goes, "You're the original." And Dom's like, I'm sorry. She's like, "Darren, well, ever since our master died, he fell into a state trying to clone a large army, an army large enough to stop the Githyanki at least. Did you not know this?" And Dom's like, I only found out recently that I was a clone. That I had clones. But he was always sending me out on some quest to find the divine flowers. And Grokrebera says, "Oh, of course. He's going after the tear." And as soon as she says this, you guys see this wisp of black smoke appear in front of her, and then just it like you see a bunch of energy around it, and just and like dissipates. And she says, "Oh, that was a failsafe. There's some people, very powerful people, trying to keep us from talking about the tear, but I've got some safeguards up here in the tower, so they won't be able to get to us."
There's a lot going on. Happening very fast.
Yeah, well, before we can talk about any of that,
What's going on? What did you just do?
I'm going to need you all to go through this portal right here that I just made.
Why?
Because you got to save your friend's life.
Hi.
You got to tap
walk
into some memories that are somehow attached to this ring on his finger. It's a cursed ring, so you got to be very careful when you're going in there and you're entering these memories. Make sure you don't do anything too drastic to try and change those memories, because if you do, you're probably going to end up stuck in there just like he is.
I walk in.
The question: did you put that ring on him? It seems.
I just gave him a new ring that allows me to tap into the existing ring.
Okay. Do you know who put the ring on him?
I have no idea.
Does it look familiar? No. Seems like it.
It has some ancient runes on it. I've been studying runes for quite some time, but the runes on this one are very, very ancient, like from a few centuries ago. Seemingly kind of Githic, if you get my meaning.
I don't.
Like the Githyanki.
Oh, thank you.
The old people.
Githic runic.
So times of the essence. I don't think he's got long, but you got to basically go into these memories. All right. And in these memories, you're probably going to encounter something pretty demonic that has basically corrupted his mind with this energy that's trying to kill him right now.
So we're going to exorcise the demon.
Yes.
Wait,
so I'm going to
so
give
is
you...
Malone the demon?
I don't know who that is. Is this Malone?
Go ahead.
I don't know.
Child.
He switches back and forth. Sometimes I don't know. Something must be horribly wrong. He's sometimes he's Fonzo, sometimes he's Malone, and Malone is
He's
not.
got two personalities.
Yeah.
Yes.
Two personas.
Is it a mental disorder?
Yeah.
It seems to be. we thought, but it
You
seems.
thought.
We
He
seem.
drinks. That's all I know.
It seems to be connected to the cursed ring.
Well, that would make sense. From what I know of the runes I'm seeing here, which I haven't done a lot of research on the Githyanki runes too much, but from what I'm recognizing on there, it seems like it's probably some sort of cursed ring that binds souls to it.
So we might have two souls.
So if you don't want your souls bound to it as well, that's why I said be careful not to affect memories too drastically while you're in there. But what you need to do while you're in there is when you encounter this demonic force, she reaches into her robe pocket and pulls out this crystal vial, and she hands it to you because you seem to be the leader of the group. Okay. I need you
Crazy shouldn't hand it to Lachlan. I don't know why.
I need
crazy.
you. When you see this demonic force, you have to capture the energy that it's going to try and put into him, into there. All right. Now it's not going to change what happened in history, obviously. But it will tap into that part of his brain that's being corrupted by that energy, and you'll be able to sap it out.
How do we know when it's the entity?
Something demonic. Chances are people don't run into demonic things too many times in their life.
Sure, but
if it was around the Githyanki ball, my guess is it was probably a fallen angel. And something he encountered recently must have triggered it.
Well, what if we accidentally get rid of Malone?
Do you care about this Malone character?
Of
I
course.
mean, a little bit.
It's either. Do you want both of them gone?
No.
One of them has to go.
Yeah,
If this is the
die
case-
if you don't do this. I can't promise you. I haven't worked with this type of runology before, so I don't know what's going to happen to the
gotta
soul
ice
that's
him.
currently bound in there. But if you want to save this man's life, you got to do this.
If the death of Malone is for the life of Alphonzo, then we should go, or vice versa.
Okay.
I just
And
want,
you seem.
Are you
close.
Lachlan right now?
He seems. You know Alphonzo. You should come too.
I know. That's like part of him. I mean, I think more than anyone, I understand it would hurt
I know.
if I lost my sister.
We don't know if that. Maybe there's something more going on. Doesn't mean one will automatically go the
I
way.
can't really emphasize this enough.
Time, we
really
need to
is
go.
of the
Okay,
essence.
we need to go.
sorry.
Once they grow violent, they usually go out within a
Wilbert?
couple hours.
I walk.
Is the portal big enough for Wilbert?
Yeah.
I just walk
Good
in.
question.
If
I
not,
just walk
I'll push
in.
you
No
in.
questions.
My
Fat.
just the stub of my gun. Just
Everybody just had it.
I went into the portal in my brain.
I'll be more than happy to answer all your questions when you get back.
I just walk in.
All right, you walk in.
Yeah.
You guys walk in one at a time.
Stop listening.
I jump
like
in.
30 seconds ago.
Right before you go in, Philda goes in right before you. So right before you go in, Grokrebera
Philda.
grabs your shoulder and stops you and whispers to you, "Be careful of that quiet woman. She's dangerous." And then lets you go in.
Why did Philda go in?
Why is Philda going in my
was-
brain?
Why not?
I was gonna say.
I went
She
in
has to
first.
stick with you.
I went in first.
I was gonna
Matilda.
tell her to stay.
No, too late. She went in.
No.
Yes.
I was literally gonna say.
I think if he saw her walking in, he would
I
grab
would have. I literally was
Oh,
gonna
okay.
say.
You want to stop her? Okay,
I
fair
was
enough.
gonna stop her
All right.
before.
No,
You
no,
want
no.
to stop her?
I went
What
in-
do you want to say
I
to
push
her?
her in.
Because Crux with
I grab her.
stop. We have times of essence, right? So
I push her in.
Is Kruk with us?
Crux with you.
I told.
It's Kruk, Philda, Dom, Alifa, who's definitely going to be going in.
Tony.
And then Magnus is probably going to stay out.
Makes sense. I tell Kruk and
Tony the
Philda,
Titan. Tony the Titan.
you need to stay here
To Philda?
and to stay with Kruk.
You want me to stay too?
It might be
But
safe.
I'm like the main voice for the DM in this story.
True.
It'll have to be a leaf.
It will have to be a Leafa.
I'm just kidding.
Just you need.
Yeah, I
if you
can
need,
stay with her.
if you need to pull us out or something happens and we can't control it to him.
Oh, then we can't do anything once you go in there. It's up to
Gee,
you.
thanks. Just stay out there.
I punch him.
All right, well, just please come back. I don't
I
want
will.
to lose you again.
I will.
I'll make sure Philda's safe.
I'll give him one of those.
Superman handshake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic friends.
Then Grokrebera pulls you off to the side and says, "Be careful of that quiet woman. She's dangerous."
Duh, I know.
All right.
Thank you.
Now get in there.
I punch him.
So you guys all head in. So it's you five, Dom, and Alifa. That's
Get
the
Dom
whole,
outta
the whole group.
here.
We actually have a reasonably sized group for once.
What do
Trying
I
to
see
help
first?
you
What do
now.
I see first?
I appreciate that a lot, actually.
What do I see
So
first?
you guys,
Give it
what?
to me.
What, John?
I said, what do I see first?
That's what I'm about to explain to you, but you're speaking.
Go
over
for
me.
Hey, what do we see?
do I
when
see?
we-
What do we see?
I'm
What do we
rolling,
see?
I'm rolling.
Can I roll
Can I
for
roll to
Wilbert
just
to
make
see-
a
Can I
voice?
roll to
Everybody,
see?
give me a wisdom save to see if you go blind.
Yes.
What actually?
10.
Apparently.
I got a
If
10.
you
you're
want to
like
know
half
that badly
funny.
what you see,
I got a 10.
I'll tell you if you get to see or not.
15.
Okay.
I'm just joking.
No, good thing.
I got a 10. And I'm blind.
Lachlan, character development goes blind.
Yeah,
I don't see
it's the
As I
natural
was-
progression of his life.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
As I was trying to say, yeah, you can get blind sight with a certain feat, I think.
You can-
So
It's a fighting style.
yeah,
He multi-classes in a fighter.
just for blind sight.
Yeah.
As I was saying,
Go ahead.
so you guys enter into this portal, and you're in kind of this inky kind of void space. And as it kind of slowly starts to fade away, you enter into this memory of Malone's, which is Malone is in a very young Alluvia, a very young Ormond specifically.
What the?
So the place that you guys just left in the modern age, you are now in 300 something years ago.
Do we recognize it's Malone?
Nice.
Yeah.
Like, do we know it's Malone now, Alphonso?
He's like Malone. Can
Yeah,
I give
describe
it-
him.
Can I get a physical description?
Yeah. We've never actually seen Malone before,
can't
so.
see.
Malone is
Yeah.
kind of a medium height with shaggy blonde hair.
Oh, he's blonde.
He's
He's
a pretty
blonde?
Yeah, he's blonde.
Oh, okay.
He's
I didn't know.
blonde?
Yeah.
He's blonde.
He's
Are you
blonde.
blonde?
I hate blonde.
Wait, Malone's
people.
blonde? Sorry,
Ooh.
keep going.
He's like a medium height.
Sorry.
He's
He's
blonde.
currently looking.
What's medium height in your eyes, Mr. 6'2"?
I'm 6 foot.
Okay, whatever.
I don't know, like anything I say here can and will be held against me.
Yeah, everyone's looking at you.
You can say it.
Just look me in the
What
eyes.
is-
We're
Reese and I are
good.
the only ones shorter than you, so you're fine.
I don't know, like
Reese knows he's short. it's fine.
5'9" or so.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fair.
5'9's fine.
Really?
So
That's average for the world.
5'9"?
That's average for the world.
That's medium to you?
yeah.
I'm joking.
Yeah. So he's about medium
So
height.
I'm sub medium height.
Sad.
How tall are you? Submedium.
Sub-medium.
You are sub. Yeah.
Continue, I'm sorry.
Um,
You're sub.
So he's like 5'9". Okay.
Medium.
Yeah, I'm in the 50th percentile.
Mm-hmm.
What
Yeah,
the-
submedium is
So
a spellcaster that likes being
A short
dominated.
what?
What?
Oh, a sub medium.
Sub-medium.
Yeah.
Sub-medium.
Yeah.
I'll sub.
Sorry.
That's gonna be my next class.
Can I have a sub?
Yeah.
What? Not a
Sorry.
quiz.
Malone is wearing some leather armor that's kind of really beat up and torn to shit. He's got his loot, of course, which is also beat
it's a
to shit,
distinguished,
probably
yeah.
broken.
You guys
at that
recognize the
point.
loot at the very least.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you recognize
that's
that on my back. And I also have got a banner as well, which is also torn to shit. And I'm looking
Remember,
like shit.
I think you told
Well,
me you
this-
were
Is he
flag.
like in combat right now?
No,
I
no.
thought this was a combat.
No. You are in the city, like I said.
Oh, I'm
Continue.
in the,
Sorry,
I'm
I
in the
just wanna
city.
know.
So I'm. All right, I'll describe my
All right,
outfit.
so he's got blonde hair.
got
All
blonde
right,
hair,
he's
medium
medium height,
Sub-medium.
sub medium.
kind of a good-looking guy. He's got a bit of swagger to his walk, like Malone always has.
He's not walking,
And-
but he will. When he does walk, he will have swagger.
He's not wearing like real nice clothes, but he's got some style,
Good.
So this is the man that you see up on a very makeshift kind of, basically like a soapbox, and he's standing up there performing for this small crowd of people in this sort of market district in town. Around, if you looked around the market, around this performance is taking place, you'd see other different acts taking place. Like there's like a clown elsewhere doing like little jokes for some kids. There's some actual magicians doing some cantrips. Just all sorts of just nice wholesome street performances going on. But Malone is performing for this crowd. I want you to roll me a performance check, bro.
That's good.
35.
I know I'm gonna do so bad on this.
Very
Can-
funny if you don't do well.
Can people see us in this memory? Is this like Harry Potter going through the pensieve and
Do they
like
see them
nobody's
there?
seeing him? No.
It's gonna be like Attack on Titan. Spoiler alert.
No.
Where yes.
What
So
do you
they
mean?
can
What-
see him.
They
can't see
can,
us.
so they can
Can
see
they,
us
like-
and interact with us.
Yeah, can we
Like we
interact
bumped in.
with them?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's gonna be. How else are you gonna role play?
I don't know.
It's just gonna be
maybe-
me and Luke role playing this whole
Yeah.
time. And you guys are just gonna watch.
I mean,
I don't know. Yeah.
Ghosts.
I got a 15
sounds
on
fine.
15. All right, so you play moderately well. Not your best performance, but definitely not your worst.
Sucks.
The crowd cheers for you, and you say probably, oh yeah, my name's Malone, blah blah blah.
Thank you.
That's what we're looking for.
I have my loot case and people are
Yeah,
throwing-
they're throwing some gold and some silver into your probably not gold, but like silver and coppers into your
Here's
loot
one.
I
case.
only got a 15. No
Gold's like $100, so I don't think anyone's giving $100 tip for
I
this
give one
performance, but they're throwing some coppers and some silvers for sure. And as the crowd's kind of starting to disperse post your performance, post Malone, if you will. I did not have that joke planned.
Post Malone is so good. Pre Malone, pre Malone. Pre Malone for us.
You see a strong, like a really buff black gentleman approaching, this is your friend Jed.
love
and
Jed. He's
There's
a G.
two describing qualities.
Buff and black.
black gentleman.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
Three
three.
describing qualities.
He's
There you go.
approaching. He's approaching. That's a fourth quality.
Encroaching. Encroaching.
He's
What's he look like?
encroaching.
He's approaching.
It's an
I
adjective.
can't say that.
And
Cut that.
can't.
Cut,
All right,
cut,
cut
cut,
for
cut,
sure.
Got
And he's walking towards you, big buff, like 6'3", 3 inches wide. And
And cut.
3 inches wide.
and he walks up and he says like, "Oh, I gotta remember to do his voice."
Go on, Noah.
What?
Do a black man.
So Jed walks up and he's like, "Oh, hey Malone, that was a nice performance."
Oh, thanks, Jed. I didn't know you were in the crowd.
Oh, well, I just came up towards the end.
Yeah?
Yeah, I came from the pub.
Yeah, well, the end was the best part, so you...
I'm glad I got to see it. He throws a silver into your loot case, and
Yeah,
he sees
thanks.
a group of 6 people that have kind of lingered behind, and he's like, "Hey, what'd you guys think?"
6. Who's the?
Dom
Us
and
plus Dom,
Aletha.
then.
Oh, Dom's with us too. Sorry.
Wait, but there's
Dom is. Yeah.
I thought it was great.
Yeah, I haven't seen you guys around here before.
Oh, thank you
You
very
visitors?
much. I do a little bow.
Just passing by.
Well, I'm Jed. This is Malone. If you stick around, you're never gonna hear him play again.
We would love to. You played very lovely.
Thank you very much.
Well, so I was thinking we could head over towards the Brass Bucket again if you want.
Oh, yeah. You know I'm always up for that.
I'm sure the guys will be happy to see us. And he's like, "You guys are welcome to join us too if you'd like."
We were looking for a place to drink. So.
Yeah, come on with. And as you guys are walking,
This 10-year-old child.
With our child. Tackle him. Just
it's
stop.
it's family friendly.
gets some
don't
milk.
worry about it. Yeah. As you guys are walking,
oranges.
he's like, "Yeah, I was at the pub. Some of the guys were talking about. There's some rumors going around about some big debate that happened with the council today. You know, they were the Gith-Yankee representatives were getting extra heated, talking about how they deserve their own space separate from everybody else and all the usual bullshit."
The council and the Gith, they always talk their shit. They never do anything.
But this time they did do something. One of the Gith got so heated that he actually cast a spell on one of the other members.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When you cast web.
No, it was definitely a violent spell. They were barely able to save her life.
Really?
And Princess Josephine actually was visiting from Leyentel, and she spoke up against him, and he got so mad he stormed off. Oh look, there she is now, and he like points over across the market from where you guys are walking.
I put up my hood.
Oh,
Put
no.
on your mask, your
Don't let her see me. I just kind of walk.
she's walking
Very
in your
conspicuously
direction.
with your big plague dot.
No, the mask. When the mask is off, mask is off.
You're not wearing the mask?
No,
Oh, okay, fair enough.
no. I wouldn't have it on most of the time. I think.
Even though she's walking directly towards
I
you.
might, but no. No, I'm gonna just be behind Wilbur. I'm gonna switch
Okay.
sides so that Wilbur's between
Yes.
us.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm big enough.
You got a 10-foot wall.
Yeah, my hood's just up.
But she's
9.
10 foot of
So
girth.
you guys see this beautiful elven woman walking towards you, elegant dress. She's got a troop of like guards around her. Beautiful long blonde hair, and she walks up and she looks at Lachlan, and she gets down on like her kind of crouches down next to you, and she hands you a little blue flower, and she's like, "Peace be with you, little one."
Thank you. I'm gonna marry you one day.
I'm sorry. Oh, you'll.
I think you're very pretty.
She like rustles your hair, and she's like, "Oh, you're a silly little boy."
I'm definitely gonna rizz her up.
Right there, let's go.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, Lady Josephine, it's good to see you. I heard you speaking in the court recently, and you know.
Oh, you're Jacob's son. Hello. Right?
Yes, yeah.
Yes, Lord Jacob and I were very close back in the day. Yes.
Well, you know, I saw you walking up, and I started to have a similar thought to the kid here.
Oh, that you wanted to marry me.
Yeah, maybe you and I could.
You're a silly boy. I already have her.
Can I roll for Riz?
Can I give him the help action?
Sure, roll me a charisma check.
Can I give him the help action?
Sure.
I feel like
How do you want to help him in this situation?
Feel like-
Tell me that before you roll.
he just used me as a line.
Do you want to like make an expression or something, or like try and draw attention towards him in this moment?
I'm trying to think of what Lachlan can do to like make
Help his Riz,
Malone
exactly.
look cooler.
That's what
other
I'm
than
saying.
being used as
Because
a
none of you know that this is.
no
I
no
don't.
idea.
You
no
don't know
idea.
either.
Yeah, well, I don't know,
I
obviously,
whispered-
but
I whisper to Wilbert that this is my wife. This is Josephine, my wife. And that's why.
Don't you dare!
I think I should be able to
I don't
use a
use
help
that word.
action.
I don't
to
use
use
that word,
my
but
presence
yeah,
as the Riz.
That's fair.
All right.
So you get advantage on this Riz check.
Yeah.
I'm hiding behind
First
Wilbur.
check.
Yeah, of course you have
You're
super
hiding
high
behind
charisma,
Malik, who's
too.
hiding behind me.
Yes.
You need that 20, baby.
I'm just hiding.
Steal this man's wife.
All right, so that's a 21.
Ethan gave me permission. What? He went.
That is here.
She's gonna kind of like, you see her cheeks turn a little red, and she's like, oh, you're just a player. And she's like, no, I have somebody back home that I'm looking forward to returning to, but I appreciate the sentiment.
Well, he's a very lucky man.
Yes, yes he is. As am I.
Yes, he is.
He's married to me, so
Yeah, she knows who she is.
Yeah.
All right.
Plot twist.
She's very self-aware.
Lachlan is in love.
I heard you're quite adept with the lute, though. If you ever wanted to come to Leyendale and play for the court, I'm sure we would love to have you.
Oh, that would certainly be fantastic.
Yes, you could meet my husband, Dr. Malik. It'd be a wonderful time.
Yes, sounds like an interesting fellow.
He's the smartest man I know. And she looks at the rest of you, and she looks at.
I'm thinking, I still have a chance.
Yeah, she invited you over. Yeah. But she looks at the rest of the group in turn, and she doesn't see you, obviously, but she looks at the rest of the group in turn. She says, peace be with you all. And she kind of does like a slight bow and then moves on to the next group of people.
I steal from her.
Jed's like, well, damn. Now we really got some stories to tell to the boys back at the brass bucket.
Yeah.
Let's head over there.
How old are you?
Old. Don't say anything. We can't interact
You
with the
literally
memories.
saw that he was a vampire.
No, I didn't.
Oh wait, you
Or
didn't?
either I did and I convinced myself that it was something stupid.
I thought I was the only one who didn't see it because I would have immediately questioned it.
Oh, well, I
You
think
did
only
because you were tripping out.
you were tripping out.
I was having a seizure at the time.
I don't think he did.
I don't think I saw.
One of you two
Why wouldn't
did.
he have seen it?
I don't know.
I just remember, or just didn't interact with it. Only one of you two would have.
No, everyone was there in a group. It was when like Celia and Esther was dying, so everyone would have been like circled around.
Oh, because I failed. I mean, no one questioned it. They saw things
know,
and everything.
question.
Nobody did.
No one did, so-
Truck came up, stabbed you with a
They're like,
syringe, and everyone was done
classic
with their
Dr.
day.
Malik.
They're like, he's just a
That's
monster.
kinda what
It's
I
just his
thought.
quirk.
He's just a
that's what I
squirk.
thought, yeah.
I handed you the blue
satiate some
flower she
blood.
gave me.
This is a flower that is from home. She most
No,
likely
she
would.
probably just got it here from the market
Thank you.
just to give out
You
to
need
the
it
people.
more than me?
Spasiba.
Whoa, dude!
Actually say that?
No,
Wilbert is dead on the spot.
My claw is just in, about to kind of
He looks down there, it's just out of his stomach. He's like,
your wife.
What
This is
the?
3 years ago. You're not even born.
Yeah. No, very few people you guys have met are alive at this time.
Malik.
We need
Dr.
to not
Malik is
interact.
alive somewhere in this world right now.
We need to not interact. If she's here, I could be here.
She said back at home.
I know, but I told her many things.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna question it. Very
We're both evil. I wouldn't know what to say.
You're both evil?
Yeah.
Josephine's evil?
She's the same idea as me. That was the whole point why we meshed.
Well,
I wrote that in the backstory.
I wrote that in my 40-page back.
Yeah, I wrote that in my 40 page. Did you not see page 37 on line 17, word 2? Did you not see that?
I must have missed that somewhere in his 10,000 word backstory. Hold up, let me pull it up real quick.
I don't think I necessarily say.
on it.
I don't think
That's what I'm doing right now.
I don't think I necessarily say it, but the whole point was we meshed because we both cared about ambition and just doing what we needed to do. I think that's what I probably said.
I respect a cutthroat princess.
That at least that's the idea. Maybe I didn't emphasize on that. That's on me.
All you wrote was her iron will and justice, and how she ruled with reverence, but genuinely cared of all her people. That does not read
Okay.
evil to me.
Are you looking?
say.
Are you looking in the dice cloud?
No, I'm looking at the document you shared
Okay.
with me.
How many words, Noah?
1,155.
That's
It's only 2 full pages.
Yeah, no.
It's only
I wrote a lot more for Wilbert.
I wrote over 2,000 words for this session alone.
Yeah.
All right, and
Well,
most of it
the whole
I'm
point-
ad-
the whole
most
point-
of it I'm ad-
She does care about the whole point was that we both
Pretty
care about
long.
ambition. So whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
So
I was just like, I do not remember.
it's
her
not
being
evil. I shouldn't say evil,
Yeah.
but like the
Being
point is
driven, being
she's driven enough to
determined.
know that what I do
Alone.
is probably morally gray, and she's okay with it.
I mean, risks
You
have to
are
happen
morally
for.
gray.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like that's what I mean.
Anyways,
Bing bong.
so you guys head through the city and you see just more magic kind of on display, which is very foreign for a lot of you. In fact, I think for all of you except for you and I guess technically Malone. Just seeing magic being openly used on the street. You see, just like people using cantrips to light a candle. Stuff like.
Is it like evening tide and they're like?
No, it's like
lighting the lanterns?
it's like late afternoon, I would say.
These, I mean,
Like approaching dinner time.
this, and I don't know if this is. I mean, I think in RP we don't. You guys wouldn't realize because we don't know that Malone's way like older. Like
Yeah,
the
you
whole
do.
time we do. For a
Yeah.
fact.
Because I
The
said
fir-
when I was born like 300 years
You
ago.
did.
Yeah.
You did. Never mind.
Yeah,
never
he
mind.
thought it was the year whatever, but then it was the year whatever.
Yeah,
I
he's
can't remember.
way-
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
you guys figured out it was like 300 something years ago.
I said it was year like 900, and you said it was like 1200 or something.
Yeah.
At the
I think
time.
I think it's year 1212 in modern times. So
Yeah.
it's like around the
912.
Yeah, I said it was like 900 something.
But yeah, so you guys know that this is way back in
One
the
of
past.
those.
Okay. Well,
Plus, you saw your wife, so I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Anyways, you guys head through the city and you pass by a group of Githyanki, and they all have like these hoods on. They're kind of just like glaring at anybody that gets too close to them, kind of sneering, looking all distastefully at anyone. But you guys arrive at the brass bucket, and you walk in.
Do we talk to them as we're walking up?
Yeah,
to
you guys are chatting. If you want to do
I
some
mean-
role play, we can do that.
I mean, like some introductions. Like he would say, "Hi, I'm Dr. Malik Rowe, the guy that Josephine."
you
just
know, you
mentioned."
didn't introduce. I'm not going to use my name unless you ask. So go ahead.
Well, I'm a charismatic kind of guy. I'll be like, "Hey, where are you all from? What brings you to town? You don't seem like you're from here. You're all wearing clothes that are like in fashion from 300 years in the future."
We're just a group passing by, getting supplies overnight. That's all.
No, where from?
It's just a little south from here.
A little bit to the south.
like Cucksport.
I named
Duh.
like 5 cities that don't exist anymore that were leveled in the war.
Yeah, I just say yeah, to
those
one of
ones.
them. Yeah, around that area. VMAC, by the way.
VMAC.
VMAC.
Nice to meet you. I'm alone.
I shake your hand. Oh, we good.
Ethan keeps looking at me for permission for things, and it's making me really happy. It's like I'm VMAC, looks right at me. I shake your hand, looks at me again.
Just worry. I don't want to roll, so I'm just looking for
Oh,
you.
you're fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
Okay, good. So, I'm lying. So,
The rest of you guys want to introduce?
What's with the kid? Is this one of your son?
I'm not looking at you. I'm like looking over my shoulder. I've been staring at the Githyanki for like way too long.
he's
Yeah, you've never
Okay,
seen
okay,
one.
get-
Made
where
eye
from, huh?
contact with them several times.
he's my.
One of them goes,
They're
Fuck off, kid.
they're all grumpy,
They're-
but they're really no trouble.
What are they?
They get Yankee.
He's my apprentice, and he doesn't get out. This is his first trip.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You need to get out and see the world more, kid.
I look at you and without
I can
like,
tell you a couple. I start doing the exact same thing that I did to you before. Like telling you how to talk to women.
I look at Malik in the middle, like fully not paying attention to what you're saying. I'm just caught up in the Githyanki. I'm like, where'd they go?
nobody knows.
What do you mean where they go? They're right there.
Oh no.
yeah.
We probably shouldn't be talking about it.
We shouldn't be talking about this. So
Talking
I'll tell
about
you,
what?
I'll tell you later. Who speaks up?
Jed, talking about what?
I was wondering where they were going to.
He's never
Well,
seen.
why don't you go ask him, kid?
He's never.
Well, I don't-
Don't do
I
that.
wouldn't-
Don't.
I wouldn't do that.
Don't do that. He's never seen. He's never seen.
They're not
it.
from your...
No,
village?
he's just. He doesn't get out yet for a lot, and this is his first trip.
Fair enough.
North.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So
Okay, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know much. If I ask any weird questions or say anything that doesn't make any sense, it's probably because it's where I'm from, and I'm uneducated.
What's your name?
Lachlan.
I thought you were gonna say Lars.
I thought about it.
Oh well. Again, I'm Jed. That's Malone.
Nice to meet you both.
I've changed my voice again, but it's fine.
It's gotten gravelier.
It's gone back to like.
My name's Jed.
There you go.
Jed. Yeah, there we
There
go.
you go.
Sorry, I just losing my voice a little bit.
Does Dom have anything good to say?
Dom was speaking up. He was the one that said like we probably shouldn't talk about that.
Oh, okay.
His voice became Dom's.
Yeah.
I kind of melded.
I look at Alfira. How's she?
Oh wait, what I
Alifa?
Alfira. I was gonna say when I raise up
I'm thinking
Alifa, I think I would.
Alfira. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure that she
I'm like
seems.
a robot.
I know.
One
Yeah, I know.
I doesn't work. I move to the
Yeah,
next one.
I was about to say.
Alifa has been here this whole time.
I was about to
Same
say.
line.
I want to make sure that she kind of stays hidden because I don't want Malone to.
She's on fire.
I know.
Why don't you want Malone to see her?
Just interact too much.
Yep.
too.
Malone never saw
lady.
her in the modern era.
It might trigger
Nor would he
something.
have any reference to that at this point in time.
Just might trigger something. I don't know. That's
Fair
all.
enough. But no, she's just standing there, like she's just kind of looking at him. You can tell that she's like studying him almost, trying to figure out like, is the person that I've come to know this guy, or is it Alphonzo, or are there like aspects of him present? Like she's just kind of studying his like personality and the nuances to himself.
I'll be like, what are you looking at, darling?
She's gonna like blush like the charcoaly cheeks and kind of look away and just be like, "Oh, nothing. Sorry, I didn't mean to stare."
That's all right. You can stay all you want.
All right.
She's gonna look over at you.
Where's this?
We're scared.
Where's the tavern that we're going to?
I just pointed a gun at her like a minute ago.
I know.
Well, Alphonzo did.
Wow.
It's a different face she's looking at.
Yeah.
Oh, it's right up there. And you guys see this like, it's like magically moving, but there's like a brass bucket that like will go to pour water and then go back up and then go to pour water, kind of like a dippy bird. And so you guys head in to this brass bucket.
How noticeably large am I compared to everyone else?
I mean, listen.
Like, have they seen
error.
a person as big as me before this
There's
many
lots of
years
magical
in
creatures.
the-
There's ogres. There's like
Well,
a lot more.
You hit Malik.
I mean, if you
completely
look back
behind you.
200, 300 years, I doubt there would be people as fat as.
Well, this isn't America, so I
Well,
wouldn't
I
look
know,
at it that
but
way.
I
It's
But it's
like
close enough.
just
processed
want to know how
foods.
much I'm sticking out compared to.
I
got
think that
McDonald's.
Several feet.
people would probably assume upon looking at you that you either were nobility because you have access to that much food, or that you were some sort of
Classic.
warrior that like kind of like sumo wrestlers, like they go to get real big for their fighting. They would probably like that'd probably be their assumption upon looking at you.
But you're definitely the biggest one they've seen.
Yeah, I mean, of a human, probably. Yeah, you're definitely the widest.
Okay. So there's no other humans as.
No, you don't see other Wilberts walking.
Why is this a competition?
I know. I
all you care about
interact
is
with them.
size.
You're the biggest man that's ever been.
Quick question. Does anyone notice how big I am? I really want to
Yeah. Quick question.
Does my lack of shirt make me look fat?
Can you see the indentation of my dick through my jeans? Just be honest.
Do you see these stretch marks? Like,
Do you see the areas where this child entered my fat rolls, slept in there, and came back out?
there's still a little bit of like
It is a
lint left
question.
in there and like toenails. But
In Lachlan's hair.
Cheese, toenail
That
hip,
is-
yeah,
toenail
just
clippings
ginger
and
hair
nose
or whatever.
That is a good question.
Lovely.
Just sticking.
Every now and again, I'll reach in and pull out a weapon that I'd left in there.
You guys have been walking into the door of this tavern for like 15
I know.
minutes.
I know.
We had
Let's
a lot
walk
to
in.
say. We had a lot
I want
to
some
say.
That's
RP.
fine. That's fine. I love it. But we were kind of getting off track. So you walk into the brass bucket, and it is just a nice, active, very fun energy filling this bar space as you walk in. At the far end, past the bar, you can see a large orc man with an eye patch covering his right eye, and you see a young gnome guy perched on his shoulder. Over to the left, you see there's kind of a bunch of people kind of sitting around a table while somebody looks like they're doing some sort of eating contest. You guys see in another corner of the tavern that there's what appears to be like a 300-year ago bubble cultist blowing bubbles and talking to people about like what they're seeing in the bubbles that they're blowing. And then directly to your right, directly.
Stop.
directly to your right upon walking in, you see some people playing some card games.
That's me.
Can I ask, are we in Ormond? Like,
You're in Ormond, yep.
Okay.
Yep. So you guys will have the option to split up throughout this tavern. If any one of those 4 things I just mentioned, the bartender, the eating contest, the bubble cultist, or the card game interests you, we can break up into groups.
I go straight to the cards.
You and Jed will be taking you right to the bartender. You're the only one that's going to choice in this.
Oh, really?
You can go to the cards later, though.
I'm following wherever he goes. I'll go.
Okay.
I'm at the cards.
Cards?
Oh, I'm going to the eating.
Eating? Bubble
the cards.
cultist, heard?
No, certainly not. I want to go somewhere that, like, what has the best vantage point of the bubble cultists?
Probably the bar.
Okay, so I'll go to the bar.
Okay.
Because I'll split my attention, keep an eye on what's happening here, make sure they don't see me.
And I said, when you look to the bubble cultist, I'll whisper, right, this won't affect back home. Don't think like that.
Yeah, remember, we're back in time.
It won't
I
affect.
killed him now.
No, this is his.
We're going to get trapped in here.
It's his memories. It doesn't affect our world.
Did you hear what that dwarf wizard lady said? She said if we affect the memories too heavily, we're gonna get stuck.
Otherwise, I'd say go for it, but it won't affect anything.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm gonna go beat them in cards.
I like to imagine we're all like huddled, just in the middle, and then just Noggle pops up.
you
I'm gonna beat them in cards.
burst through the doors into this tavern.
Yeah, we all huddle, and then Noggle just is like, I'm gonna go beat them in cards.
There's a guy playing an organ in the background who just stops playing as soon as he
I'm
says
gonna-
it.
Da-da-da-da. Yeah, that'd be
Please
great.
play with them.
Saloon.
Yes, saloon music.
So let's jump over to the card table first. Actually, Dom's gonna join you. Dom likes a good game of cards.
I stare at him.
It's gonna be the same card game that you guys played on the Hopeful, if you even remember.
Nope.
Basically, you're gonna roll a d12, and first to 21 will, or closest to 21 without going over will win. Okay. I'm gonna borrow your d12, bro.
I say, all right. What are we betting with?
You mean Eminem's band?
What do you want to bet? What do you want to bet with?
I say, all in.
You put gold on the table?
I have like.
Your
I have
present
like.
day gold.
Can I have like fake
Yeah,
chips
it's
with me?
worth. Actually,
They're probably playing with
because of
chips.
inflation, it's worth nothing.
No, it'd be worth a lot more.
It's
What are you
probably
talking about?
marked.
Inflation always rises.
It's
Yeah, the value of money goes down. So back 300 years ago, his money's worth a lot.
Oh yeah, that's right. Actually, yeah.
All the way around.
So do you want to bet all 98 gold pieces you have?
No.
Alright, so you guys
For
are just gonna
them,
use, you guys are just gonna use chips.
What would the equivalent of all in? Like 10, like
I mean-
5 gold pieces?
Probably the minimum bet's like 5 copper.
I
like
put
$5.
1 gold in.
$100?
Yep.
oh my gosh.
Alright.
Don't draw attention to yourself, they said.
Alright.
We did say
everyone's
don't
like,
draw.
whoa, whoa, whoa! People are like, yeah, let's do it!
Oh no.
I'm
so it's
like-
gonna be you, Dom, and one other guy, okay?
I'm like not reacting. I'm just like
Dom
not
also
a-
like flicks a gold onto the table.
I look at you. I look at Dom. and say,
The third guy's got like a freaking cowboy hat and he like flicks it. He looks at you while puffing a cigar and he's like, "You sure you won't be doing that, mate?"
yeah, this is nothing.
All right, roll.
Oh my gosh. Just put a target on our backs.
Is it? How many times do I roll?
least
Everyone's
twice.
gonna roll,
Just
or
the
do we do it
once?
one at a time?
At least twice.
I got a 5.
I think we're all gonna roll at the same time, and you'll say when you want to stop.
Okay.
Actually, no, we'll do it one at a time. So you go first.
So I got a 5, 9,
That's 14.
10.
Wait, did you roll a 10?
No,
Or you're adding it up?
10. I'm at 20. I stopped.
Dom's gonna go. That's cocked.
Balls in
That's
your
also
jaws.
cocked. He gets a 2.
Nice.
Another 2.
Nice.
4,
A 5.
9.
9.
12. That puts him like at 12. I'm adding now. 15.
Jeez.
17.
Jeez.
21.
No. Hey, I have to roll.
He called it there. It's too late for you.
I
And
know.
then
I know.
The freaking cowboy guy's gonna go. I'll go on a 9. With 3.
12.
Now I'm at 16.
Mm-hmm. I went over.
So Dom takes your gold.
Can I
guy's like,
roll? Can I roll to take my gold back stealthily?
Dom takes your gold and walks away.
What? No, he can't walk away.
Now let's jump over to the eating contest.
I was gonna bet him for his hat.
So you walk up and there's
That's my next bet.
there's a goblin that's like at like a grill with like a little white apron that says "Kiss the Chef" on it.
Yeah.
And he's got like a little goblin chef hat on, and he's like,
Well, welcome.
I will.
Heard there's a eating contest.
Yeah, you want to try it?
Of course.
It's called Goblin It Up.
Sounds great.
Goblin these balls in your jaw.
All right. Now you're going to eat 20 pounds of food.
The food. Do I recognize any of the food? Like, because 300 years ago, I'm sure Wilbert will eat anything. But
I mean, there's some sort
I'm
of
sure
like,
McDonald's didn't exist 300 years ago.
Probably
so,
not,
Like,
no.
They do in our
Yeah.
current day.
Hell yeah.
in my D&D campaign.
Rip to
Yeah.
Wilbert, he would have loved McDonald's.
Unfortunately.
yeah. So it's probably like
I
some-
assume beef is beef. So.
yeah, there's some sort of like meat dish, there's some sort of veggie dish, there's some sort of bread, and there's like a dessert,
Perfect.
like a pastry.
We eat it all.
Yeah. So we're gonna do the same thing we did before. You're gonna
It's
do
like,
some
what's
constitution.
this? And it's a vegetable.
It's like a green bean.
You're gonna do some constitution saving throws. The first one's gonna be a DC 10.
Okay, I'm obese, so that is. I have a down arrow on it, so it's disadvantage.
No.
No,
We
wait,
said you
remember
had-
we said specifically when you're eating, it's not disadvantage.
Yeah, it's not disadvantage.
The last time you did an eating
Okay.
challenge. See if you can do it this time.
Show us the way.
I believe.
I rolled a 18 plus 6.
Easy beat.
Yes.
Next DC, you get through all the meat, no problem. Next DC for the veggies, DC 15.
Because they're veggies.
Oh, I rolled a 2 plus 6, so 8.
Throws us.
All these unfamiliar foods.
It's the veggies. It's always the veggies. It's always the veggies.
Always the veggie. Last time it was the fruit. It's always the
It's always
healthy
the
stuff.
healthy
Yeah.
stuff.
Sorry.
One of these days I will win an eating
The
contest.
goblin's like,
Oh, man, that's really rough. Most
Try
people
again.
make it further than that.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Try again.
Well, maybe next time. What's your name?
Dead.
Din? All right, Din. Well, good luck next time, buddy.
How big is this goblin? Like, is he
2 feet tall.
Oh, okay. My puke
I
is probably taller
weigh
than him.
about 20 pounds myself, so...
What's your name?
Gruber.
Can you spell that for me?
Gruber?
Yeah,
It's Gruber.
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 Dead.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Sure, we'll be best friends.
We'll be best friends.
I don't have any friends.
Oh,
Everyone just says I'm a chef and they just want me for my food.
As long as you
I'm
don't
sure
make
I
me
won't die before you're born.
you don't make me vegetables.
Next time you come, I won't do the vegetables, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Alright. You're my best friend now. Don't go anywhere.
Don't leave me.
You really had an effect on the timeline.
Every
I'll
interaction.
never go anywhere.
what?
So
We're gonna jump.
Anyways, I gotta go.
You gotta go over here.
We're gonna jump over to the
I gotta go
bar.
bathroom. I gotta go bathroom real quick.
Over at the bar.
Never go back.
We're gonna follow Lachlan, Malone, Malik, and Alifa
I'm blessed.
and Jed as you guys are going up to this bar where the orc with the gnome on his shoulder is. Jed's like, oh, hey, Gut, or not Gut, sorry. Hey, Gub, what's going on? And Gub's like, oh, the usual, you know, cuz. He's got like the eye patch. He kind of like lifts the eye patch and scratches his eye socket and puts the eye patch back down. He's like, "Who are your new friends here?" And he's like, "Oh, I didn't get everybody's name, but you want to introduce yourself?"
I'm Lachlan. Who's on your shoulder?
The gnome speaks up and he's like, I'm trying to remember how to do a New York accent.
I'm walking.
Hey, Andrew Cuomo.
Hey, my name's Dorman.
Hi.
Dorman Biggle. Nice to meet you.
I kill him.
Yeah, Dorman Biggle.
Nice to meet you.
I just do a slow turn towards the card table.
I'm just playing
You
cards.
see Noggle.
I do
you see
another
Noggle
slow
throwing
turn
a rage because he lost his gold.
I sleight of
He
hand.
said was nothing.
Yeah.
I sleight of hand.
Hey, what's your name?
VMAC.
V-Mac. How do you spell that?
VIMAK.
Interesting.
In-
I've never heard that name before.
Well, we ain't. We ain't we ain't from around here.
You got a really hard time saying ain't.
Ain't.
That ain't a part of your regular vocabulary.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know what's Thread bread. Anyway.
Sorry, I got the laryngitis. So what are you guys doing in town?
Just piercing through. We're piercing through. I'm trying to
Just piercing through.
piercing through.
We got some bathrooms out there.
Sorry, I'm just worked up. We haven't been here before.
Oh, well, welcome to Ormond.
You're on edge.
I know.
On the edge.
I'm on the edge of glory.
Glory hole. That's the bathroom.
Oh gosh.
Well, welcome to Ormond, and the most underground, above ground bar here.
Duh, I see that.
Seems very family friendly.
Yeah. So, well, thank you. What do you have to drink?
What do you want?
I mean, just give me anything, really.
Want a special?
Sure, why not?
It's called the Dragon's Piss.
Sure, why not?
He goes back and brings out this bottle out of like this ornate chest and he puts on like some safety. His voice is killing my throat. He puts on some safety goggles, gingerly lifts it and pours like a single drop into a glass and then fills it with water to dilute it and gives it to you.
I'll wait until he puts everything away and then go, I'll have what he's having.
No, you
We
will
don't
not.
give drinks to minors, sorry. That's not gonna work on me, kid.
Lachlan.
When in Rome?
At this point, you two can
What's
wander
the-
up if you want.
What's the barman's name?
Gub.
Hey,
Gub and Tommen.
Gub, you're always coming up with new drinks. You got anything new for me?
As a matter of fact, I do. I've been brewing something real special.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What is it?
He goes out back. He comes back with this barrel. And he boom slams it down on the table. He's like,
It's a new brew,
Oh
right?
yeah?
I'm trying to get into a bit more kind of beer and like ales and stuff like that. So this one, it's made with my own piss, but I filter it and make sure it's nice and good.
It's a lot of pissies for drinks here.
Well, I
Dragon's
was
piss?
inspired by the dragon's piss for this one. But it's filtered, because apparently there's some sort of chemical that comes in orc's piss that really gets you hammered. So I just basically turned it into a brew.
I have the unfiltered.
What's this drink called?
Call it Gub's Piss.
I don't know what.
They have no.
I was queuing you up so hard for the invention of the Longland.
No. He didn't invent the long one. You'll find out why.
Oh yeah, I'll find out why. That's part of the lore.
Part of the lore.
I think Malone's gotta have it. He trusts this man. Alright, I'll try some of Gub's piss.
I was just fucking with you, by the way. I didn't actually put my piss in this. I just wanted to see.
Alright, well I trust you that much.
Just wanted to see if you'd drink it. You wanted to, apparently, which is kind of weird. But yeah, I'll give you.
You're a good friend.
He gives you a flargon.
A flargon?
Flargon?
It's because it would reset him here to Blargon. The freaking bubble guy.
New
That's
lore,
why.
new lore, new lore.
Here to
He gives you a flagon
What did
of
I
it
say?
on the house.
Blargon.
Can I see a
Blargon,
how
Blargon.
Can I get a flargon stout? Yeah, he gives you a flagon on the house. But yeah, you guys can walk up if you want.
Not in the house.
I steal the guy's hat.
Drink.
Is
Steal
it
the
because I
guy's
play
hat.
here?
What'd you say?
I steal the guy's hat. The
Cowboy.
That? The guy at the
card
table you were playing at? Roll me a sleight of hand.
Cowboy?
The guy who lost?
Johnny's gonna get his soul stuck in here forever.
What?
You
No.
are.
How about this?
You already said you're gonna do it, so do
Yeah,
it.
do it.
You knew the consequences.
We can't do this.
I failed.
Oh my gosh.
I got a
Did you
2.
roll? Okay,
No,
good.
you didn't. What's a? Do you have a -7?
No, Sorry, I thought. I guess the hyphen or
Sorry,
whatever.
I
Yeah,
thought-
yeah.
Sorry for thinking.
What the? Yeah, sorry.
He actually passed.
He might. I mean, it
I
could be
actually
worse. I'm trying to save him.
Thank you for saving me. Let's see.
You have a +6 to sleight of hand.
Yes, can help. Yeah, 15.
Yeah, you steal this man's hat.
Put on my head.
Roll me a stealth check.
That is a 16.
Okay. You manage to somehow get this man's hat off of his head, put it on, and walk directly away from him without him noticing.
It was really a
Not a very
17,
good cowboy.
but still. Yep.
Wild. So you walk up to the bar with this new hat.
Nice hat.
As Malone's taking a chug
Thanks.
of this
Cool
new
hat,
drink.
Noggle.
Thanks.
Would you? What?
Wait.
I just thought
I've seen you in a lot of clothes.
I just
but
thought I'd fit in. You know, we're here. You know, I might as well.
Don't.
How much? Okay, because you're a halfling, right? Yeah. How much bigger is that hat than his head?
He's got a big head. Halflings have big heads.
They do have big heads,
You know what big
Bobbleheads.
heads mean?
Bobbleheads.
big feet,
You know what big feet means?
Toes.
Big
arms.
toes.
You know what big toes mean?
Lots of
hands.
toe cheeks.
Exactly.
So I say, yeah, I just thought I'd fit in with the town.
You fit in real nice.
Ah, thanks.
What's your name?
Noggle.
I'm Tommen.
Nice to meet you.
Roll me a history check, Johnny.
Oh god. A nat. A
Nat 20?
Yeah.
Of course you did. You know that your uncle's name is Tom. Like your adoptive uncle.
I'm gonna nudge Noggle and go.
Well, what are you selling?
Alcohol, mostly.
No, the real stuff you're selling.
You want drugs?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I can meet you around back.
Noggle, we don't do this on the job.
We on the job.
We are on the job.
This will be quick. It'll be quick.
Yet, don't.
Hey, just meet up with me later. I got you.
Take a sip of my dragon's piss.
Roll me a Constitution
Take a sip
saving
of
throw.
my piss.
Of my dragon's piss.
21.
No, you're fine. As you take this sip, suddenly the doors to the tavern burst open, and everybody in the tavern turns and looks at this sudden burst of activity.
Does the organ player stop playing?
The organ player is still playing, but
I'm the organ player.
the organ player is still playing as a Githyanki enters into this tavern, walking slowly. And as he walks in, everyone notices him, and it just like quieter. And soon the only thing playing is the organ. He's like, why'd everyone get quiet? He turns around and sees the Githyanki and stops playing, kind of like closes his organ down.
It's like yeah.
This Githyanki, he's got a deep purple cloak with the hood up. He's got a black tunic and some matching black leggings. His hands are covered in rings, and he's got so many different like bracelets and bands and chains all over his wrists. As he walks into this through this crowd slowly, anyone that doesn't get out of his way, he just shoves past them, and he sits down at the bar right next to your group, and he says, "Where's my drink?" And Gub's like, "Who's asking?" He's like, "Zacaldus." And Tommen's like, "You paying?" And he says, Zacaldus says, "The master doesn't pay his slaves for anything." And Gub turns around and says, "Best find a drink elsewhere then." And the second that he says this, Zacaldus shoots up into the air, and the stool that he was sitting on flings over his head and smashes into Gub's back. And he says, "How dare you deny me? I am your superior. I am Gith." And a random patron from the bar says, "Yeah, you Gith treat us like dirt,
But that doesn't mean we owe you any respect.
And he turns around, he's like, dirt?
Don't flatter yourselves.
I kind of back away from the bar.
You're less than dirt. We've allowed you too much credit if you believe you deserve anything, least of all your lives.
Gub gets back up and like cracks his neck. And he says,
I think it's time you left, Gith.
And Zakaldis says,
Don't you dare tell me what to do.
As he says this, you see this purple energy begin to swirl around his left arm. And
I give Jed that look, like that I've given him before.
Jed,
like, we gotta get out of here.
Yeah, Jed's like eyeing the door, kind of like nodding his head, and then one of the guys towards the front of the bar says, "The guards are coming." And you see the energy fade away from Zakaldis' arm as he floats back down to the ground. The doors burst open. A dozen guards walk in with their weapons drawn. They're like, "Hey, you're coming with us." And Zakaldis, without turning around to look at the guards, he says, "I cannot go where you are going." And then he rips a chain off of his bracelet, bites it, and all of the guards immediately eviscerate and turn to piles of ash on the ground.
It's time to go. Let's go. I kind of scoot to Lachlan.
As you guys are like trying to inch your way out of the bar, he turns and looks right at you, and he's like, "Are you going somewhere?"
Hear the peanuts that are on the bar. He just hears the peanut crunch.
Stay for the rest of the show.
And then he turns and looks at the piles of ashes that he just made. He walks over slowly, laughing to himself. He's like,
Dust. That's what you are. Less than dirt. You settle where you don't belong. And you've overstayed your welcome.
And then he turns back to Gub, and he says,
Now the time for judgment has come.
And he points a finger at Gub, and he says, Now is the time for Gith! And you see this light, like split second, a flash of light from the tip of his finger hits Gub right in the center of his head, and he falls backwards into the bar, and you see from the tip of his head, his forehead, where this thing hit, his skin starts to turn this lavender as his skin starts bubbling and he starts writhing on the ground. And then Zakaldis just as he laughs, you hear a bunch of explosions happen from outside. The ground begins to shake and the memory slowly fades away, and you hear his laugh echoing as you're exiting this memory.
Can I have checked he had rings on his hand? Did any of them look like his ring?
Like his ring? No.
Okay.
Did we recognize any similarity rings we've seen on him, other party members?
No, I can't say that you would have. He had just a bunch of different gems.
Just different ones.
Yeah. As you guys fade into this kind of inky void again, for just a few moments, you then fade back in to the same place you started originally in the first memory, but now we're about, I think the war lasted about 5 years, so maybe about 6 years in the future, approximately, maybe 5.5.
At the same bar?
Back in the same square where you started. But now, when you look around yourself, you see ruins, buildings destroyed. You see various groups of people trying to like clear the rubble out. This is right after the war had ended, right after all the Githyanki disappeared. And you see another group of people putting up tents and other temporary shelters. You see Tommen from the bar, the gnome guy, Tommen Piggle. You see him like tending to a group of like injured people. And then you notice Malone in a drunken stupor stumbling past you guys, heading in that same direction towards the tavern.
All right, so I'm walking up. Oh geez, I'm alone now. That's kind of sad. It's pretty sad, honestly.
Yeah, this is probably like a couple of months after Jed died.
Yeah, I've got a bottle of booze. I'm kind of thinking that
You have the ring on your finger.
I have the ring on my finger. I'm kind of thinking that I'm gonna because I'm just wasted. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna go back to that same tavern. I keep looking around. I'm like, what the fuck what's all this shit? And
Yeah. And you guys want to follow him?
We'll follow it. I say.
Sounds like we should
Don't let
probably.
him
Like
notice
I'm
us.
kind of like getting flashes of what you guys saw, like the city, like nice afternoon, then like back to like
In your drunken state.
how it is now.
Keep
Yeah.
your distance.
Yeah, we just want to make sure if that demonic presence shows up that we're right behind him.
As you guys are following him through this
Stealthily behind him.
just demolished city, suddenly you hear this loud crack in the sky above you, about 100 feet up, and you see this crevice begin to form with light shining through. Another loud crack, and then you see it grows bigger, and you hear the scream come through it. And as it does, you see this long, twisted black arm reach down, probably about 15 feet long, reach down through this crack. And it's kind of like reaching around, like it's trying to grab at something. And then after a couple moments of this, the crack, you hear one more loud crack, and the crevice opens up just enough where you see this monster fall through this crack in the sky. It looks to be about 80 feet tall. It has 4 arms. It has 4 wings. It crashes to the ground, and the crevice in the air just seals back up above it. And it stands up, and you guys see that it has 2 wide eyes and an unnaturally wide mouth as it opens its mouth to scream again. And then you see it charge at a group of these people that are trying to like set up shelters and just tear them limb from limb instantly, moving so fast you can't even keep up with it with your eyes. As you're watching it, it seems like every second that passes, it's growing slower and it's starting to like disintegrate almost. You see like trails of like smoke and like dust kind of flying off of it. And after it attacks a couple of these groups, it races straight up to you as you're kind of stumbling through the street. You guys were keeping your distance. It picks you up and it holds you with 2 of its hands. And it screams into your face, and you can see this dark red energy going from its mouth into Malone's eyes. Yes.
This might be what we're looking for.
Yeah, that was.
Maybe not.
Maybe this.
This could be
I'm
something
going
else.
to.
You're going to assume that this is the demonic force, the fallen angel?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
And,
assume, yeah.
and activate my flying boots, kind of get as close as I can.
Okay, roll me a dexterity check.
I shoot it.
Can I get to?
I don't think you can get a help. I don't think you can get him a help
Can you throw
action.
me?
Can I smash my liquor
Can
bottle
you
on
throw me
it?
to it? Like, give me a. Like,
Could I throw?
Roll me a strength check. All right.
Do it.
Yeah.
We went from 1 check to 2 checks now.
Push him.
well, like maybe we'll lower the DC. That's all I'm
Do we know what a fallen angel is? What it's supposed to look like?
I'll tell you. I'll answer
Well, we're
questions.
just gonna like pick him up and throw him.
Can I do an
Please.
Gonna
insight
pick him up
check?
by the crotch and like
Just. I'll just.
All
launch
right.
him.
I'm slender. I can kind of get
He's a
low.
slender
and then just-
man.
Slender mallet.
I'm rolling insight check.
15.
Yeah. I'll give you a plus
let's
3 to your
go.
roll.
Let's go.
And this is a dex save or a dex check?
Dex check.
Acrobatics or just
Sure.
a
Roll
dex?
insight check. On the enemy.
Plus the 3? 16.
Easy.
Sure. Yeah, you get up there with this crystal vial, and you manage to uncap it, suck all that energy in before it gets into Malone's face, and then you cap it, and the creature seems enraged at what you've just done, screams again, and then one of its wings goes and stabs Malone right in the chest, and he falls to the ground, bleeding out. And as he's bleeding out on the ground,
Try to do that again.
as he's bleeding out on the ground, and this memory starts to fade, kind of like kind of distort and kind of grow darker, you see a woman in the middle of the street, and she seems petrified in fear at what she's witnessing before her. And the angel turns around and looks at her, and at this point it's disintegrated so much where it like falls down. It's almost crawling across the ground at her with whatever limbs it has left. And it gets up to her, and it screams one last time, and as it does, it rapidly disintegrates into this powdery, almost like funneling tube of dust, and shoots into her mouth. This lady. And she collapses to the ground, starts writhing on the ground as this memory goes dimmer and dimmer and narrower as Malone's vision grows smaller and smaller as he's dying on the ground.
Can I go down
She-
to help him alone?
You can't move at this point.
Okay.
You're falling out of this memory. And the last thing you see is the woman stands back up and turns to look at where you guys are, and you see Filda Isililenion standing where the fallen angel was.
What?
And that's all for this time. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back next week.
Filda.